All right. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Today's Friday, right? Yeah, okay. I don't know. Sometimes it feels like a Saturday. Sometimes you get all the days mixed up. Let's get everything all settled. We have our Discord message that went out. Reminder, if you haven't already, join our Discord. The link is somewhere in the About Me section below or in the video description. So join the Discord if you haven't already. Get the notifications, participate in the community. Get my little earphones in. Actually, I wonder if I have to refresh the chat. I think the chat should be... Oh, I do have to refresh the chat. Okay. Well, learn something new with YouTube. Oh, actually, hold on a second. I want to pop out the chat from... Can I just refresh this? Let's just try. Refresh. See if it works. Chat disabled for live stream. Why? Why you do this to me? Because on Twitch, you can usually just reuse the chat and it's fine. But let me open the chat up. Let me open the chat up on my other browser. All right, hit go live. And then we're gonna pop this out. Stream Elements is good. Very nice. I was gonna stream on Twitch today because I was getting an itch to play Overwatch. I wanted to play Overwatch. Or there's also a horror game that's out right now that I want to play. But I feel like we got so much YouTube stuff to talk about. Got all this new court stuff that I haven't even looked over. Oh man, it's a lot of pages, but I think we'll get through them. I think it should be fine. And then I also want to get through to, I want to do the, yesterday we were watching George A on the stand, and I want to finish that because I think he goes up on the stand about 3 more times, and then the mom goes up on stand as well. So I definitely want to watch that with y'all because I watched the documentary, and I just want to revisit parts of the trial and see where my thoughts fully are before there's a video that I wanted to make, but I think we're gonna make it. I think we'll see. Hi James, how are you doing today? Hello, good morning, I guess. I know it's 11:59 right now. It's technically morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's it going? All right, the alerts are good. Everything looks, I think it looks okay. I just put my hair up. I don't know why. I don't know why the light looks so bright. I turned the light down, but then it makes my skin look all weird. Hello, AK. How are you doing today? It's 8 p.m. in Scotland. Is it cold over there? This year has been really cold in LA. I know I keep complaining about it, but you're gonna never hear the end of it. It's cold. It's cold in LA. I sort of have the heat on right now, but I don't want to blast the heat too much because I get too stuffy. I don't like breathing in warm air, but I think it's at 71 right now. It's like really cold. Hi, Joe, what's up? How are you doing today? Hello. I was gonna say Jam Zombie. Hi, Joe. What's going on? Hello. It's snowing. Oh, what? You guys are getting snow right now? Are you supposed to get a lot of snow, or is it like the bullshit snow where you get a little bit of snow and it doesn't really do anything except it gets wet the next day and everything gets all muddy and stuff? You're chilling. Well, hello. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you guys are all doing well. I can't wait to install my blackout shades in. I'm super excited because my stream room looks better when the sun is down. But right now it's 12 o'clock. The sun ain't going down for another 5 minutes or so. So when is Jan? Oh, Jan Zombie is when Jan and I fuse together. Fusion dance. Also, I turned the subscriber mode back on because we had some bots coming in yesterday advertising their dirty little websites on here. So I think it's better just have subscribe mode just so you can kind of like don't have those bots coming in because I get so lazy to ban them and hide them and all that stuff. All right, can you guys I can hear my neighbor's dog barking, but can you guys hear it? I fixed my microphone settings, so I'm not sure. It shouldn't pick it up, but if you guys hear neighborhood dog barking in the background, let me know, because I want to take my microphone more. Hi, Yaku. How are you doing today? How's it going? Hello. How are you? Also, apparently, we have coyotes that's been visiting the neighborhood. There was a coyote that came by and took one of the neighborhood cats. It's so sad. The little kitty's gone. And it's crazy because we actually have, there's a lot of neighborhood cats that roam around here. So I feel like the coyotes are just getting hungry and this is like their hunting ground or something. I thought we were safe because a lot of people leave their dogs out in the yard, and you know, typically if one coyote shows up, I think like all the dogs, they all start barking and probably scare the coyotes away. But I don't know, I think they're getting hungry, probably because it's been really cold. Maybe a lot of animals are going to hibernation early or something. Apparently there was a coyote that like snatched a little girl. But yeah, it's crazy. Hi Roy, how are you doing today? You're actually team coyotes? You don't like cats? I think coyotes are cool. It's just that, you know, when they steal the pets, it's kind of sad. I hear a lot of celebrities get their pets stolen too because they live in like secluded mountainous areas in like parts of LA. And I think it happened to, I remember there was one that I remembered was, I think it was Jessica Simpson, and then a few others that had their pets stolen. You need to get a roadrunner to sort the coyotes out. Yeah, it's really sad though, because it's like you can't give them food, you know, and like it's sad that if they're starving out there. I know there was a mountain lion that kept stopping by in like the suburbs area of Irvine. And I think it's because it was a drought. They had nothing to drink and probably like no food. It's like, super sad. Mountain lions are scary. I haven't seen a mountain lion yet, but yeah, apparently they were roaming around in Irvine and they captured it, put the lion back where it belonged, but then the lion came back again and started roaming around where people were. So yeah, it's really sad. All these guys are just hungry or very thirsty, you know? And like we had a pretty dry summer. I think California's still in a drought actually. And then now when we transition over to fall, it just got really, really, really damn cold. So I feel like it's really tough for them out there. But how about you guys? How is everyone? You guys have any encounters with coyotes, mountain lions, witches, tigers, oh my? Any of that sort? Oh, also, I put up some videos on YouTube last night. It was from the stream from last week. And then tomorrow's stream, yesterday's stream, I'm just working on chopping it up a little bit, and then we're gonna upload those on the YouTube channel as well. And then I want to work on the vlogs as well, because I don't know, I want to do like some like Christmas vlogs or something. We have the house all decorated and stuff, so kind of in the mood to do some Christmas edits, and I think it'll be really fun. Thailand vlogs should be coming out, and then we have, I don't know, we have so many things to do. I got a lot of things to do. I'm super excited. I got a new keyboard as well. I want to show you guys. So I got this mini keyboard, but then I also asked them if they can send me this keyboard. Oh, super excited. This right here is like a little wrist rest, and I really, really wanted one. Because I feel like whenever I do gaming, my wrist is like, it just feels like there's no support and it kind of hurts. But the cool thing is, it's RGB. Look at that. So I'm super excited to open this up because I've had it sitting here for about 2 weeks now since I got back from Thailand. But I'm super excited to do this. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, just gotta, I don't know, I'm also really busy too because like we have family coming over for Thanksgiving. We have family coming over for Christmas, and I want to, you know, the house kind of looks like crap. There's drywall everywhere, half painted walls. A lot of the bathrooms had no mirrors because we have to remove them, and I'm trying to make everything look decent when my family comes over. You sound busy? I mean, busy's good, you know, busy's good. Have you seen the documentary about the two students, that bought a line from Harrods? Christian and Line got big, they're released back to the WoW, got back a couple years later to find them. Wait, is that legal? Or it seems like they kind of just bought it on a whim or something. It's a tearjerker? No, I've never heard about that before. What happened at the end? Hi Fish, how are you doing today? I like drywall in my house. I have actually been learning how to do some drywall stuff. It's been really fun, actually. I actually I'm really super excited about getting a electric sander because I've been sanding things with my hand manually, and I just want to get an electric one. I feel like it'll just go by so much faster. I mean, it definitely will, but I want to get the electric sander thing. I want to get like a zzz, what do you call it again? A drill or something? I want to get that. And then I sort of want to get a wet tile saw. Apparently Floor Decor has one for like $60 or something. I watched it on another person's vlog. So I'm super excited. I want to get like all these power tools and just get cracking, you know? Because I think after December, you know, usually like in the beginning of the year for January, things quiet down a little bit. There's not as much like festivities, get-togethers and all that. And I feel like January would be a perfect time to start doing some like, I don't know, just do some shit with the home. I think it'd be really fun. So I'm not gonna, I mean, I'll probably vlog it a little bit if you're interested. We did paint our living room though, and I really, really like it because as you guys can see, my stream room is like crazy lights. It's bright. It's actually really not me, but it looks good on camera. However, I wanted the rest of my house to be more like relaxing and peaceful. Like I don't want like all the bright lights, the colors and shit like that. So I like what we did with the living room. It's like super chill, looks very earthy. The lights are very low, and yeah, I can't wait to show you guys. I took a picture on Discord and put it in the general chat. So if you guys haven't already, join the Discord. The link is down in the video description below, okay? And then also don't forget to like the stream. Thank you. It was legal back, oh, this was a long time ago. It was legal back in the 70s when they meet again. It's incredible. Christian the Lion even takes family to meet the, wait, what? Are you sure this is real? It sounds like a fake movie. Are you sure? You know, there was a movie back in, I forgot when it was made, but it was like maybe like in the 70s, maybe even the 80s. But there was a movie where there was a scene, a cat has to like approach a bear or something. And apparently over 10 or 20 cats were killed in that scene. And the director would just keep getting a new cat, and like, I don't know, they were trying to get the perfect shot, and the bear would just maul the cat. It was like really freaking sad. Oh, is it on YouTube? I guess I'm always just skeptical about those animal stories stuff. I don't know. I get skeptical in general because there's a lot of like Facebook stuff where they'll post like really cute animals doing really cute things, and then you find out the behind the scenes stuff is like really scary and really harsh. But anyways, I'm sorry, I don't want to scare you guys. I'm a skeptic, so I'm a skeptic, and I'm always kind of like, It's messed up, the bear thing. I forgot what movie it was. It's actually a pretty famous, popular movie. If I Google it, I can probably find it. Movie where by bear, I think. Oh, is it The Adventures of Milo and Otis? Yeah. I think it was Adventures of Milo and Otis. Okay, so according to an Australian newspaper, more than 20 kittens were killed on set. Aww. Yeah, I don't know, so sad. Oh wow, like this is like a whole article about a bunch of animals that just died in movies. No, not The Hobbit! I love that movie! Okay, so Adventures of Milo and Otis in 1986. It's about a movie with a kitten and a pug who became friends. According to a 1990 Australian newspaper report, more than 20 kittens were killed during its production. I think this is the one with the bear scene. I don't know. I don't want to read the rest. It's so sad. Ah! I don't want to cry. Was the movie Roar? No, I haven't heard of that. No, Japanese movie. No, I think it's an American movie, right? The Adventures of Milo and Otis. I feel like I've seen it before. I've definitely heard of it, but I don't think I watched it. One of my favorite movies growing up was Homeward Bound. Have you ever seen it? Hopefully there's nothing cruel in that movie, but the movie was so good. It's about, I think it's like a pit bull, a golden retriever, and a cat. They all somehow get lost from their family. It's kind of like Toy Story, right? Separated from the owners, and they try to get back to their owners, and they go through this like arduous, like fun, like journey type of thing. But yeah, I really like that movie a lot. But I don't know. I don't want to look it up because I don't know. Your memories of it might be shattered. Oh, it was a boxer? I thought it was a pit bull. It was Chance, right? I thought Chance was a pit bull. Maybe it was a boxer. Hi, Bleep. How are you doing today? 1981 movie called Roar stars Melanie Griffith. I have no idea who that is. Should I know who that is? And A House of Big Wild Cats. Elo just accidentally fact checked you. Okay, what happened? Tell me more. Wait, don't share the sad details though. I'm gonna cry. I can't handle things involving cruelty with like animals and like kids. It's sad. How's everyone? I'm sorry. I feel like I always do this. I always bring the mood of the stream down with some really doom and gloom stories or something like that. It's not Milo and Otis. This is what the article says. At least not on Wikipedia. Oh, interesting. What does Wikipedia say then? It could be another movie. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of movies out there that had animals that were just not treated very well, you know? Which is really sad. Huh? It's just a kid's movie. Maybe there's a different reiteration but with humans. Maybe they're like, you know, using animals is too hard, too tough. You gotta train them and stuff. Let's just get kids them, you know, let's just get kids. Not like kids are even easier to train or anything. And child stardom is also another weird thing too. But anyways. All right, guys, what do we have here today? We've got, I went on depdive.net, which was one of my favorite sources for all the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial stuff, and they posted some stuff on there, and it's interesting. I definitely do want to go over it. They were all submitted by Team Amber Heard, and I do believe that Team Johnny Depp did reply, but I don't have that in my possession right now. So we'll go over the Team Amber Heard stuff, and we'll see how it is. Hi, Julie. 2 streams so close together. Yeah, I realize there's so much stuff that I haven't even covered. More things, actually. And then I do want to look at Casey's father on Stan. We watched the documentary, and you guys know Casey's story has changed from the BS from before, right? Jose Baez said that there was a drowning, accidental drowning that happened. And then now the whole thing has been pivoted to everything is just everyone else's fault except for her. So I do want to look at his testimony on the stand. I don't know who that is. Melanie Griffith was married to Don Johnston. You know, I might know the face, but maybe I just don't know the name. That's probably what it is. If I see their face or if I see like the movie that they're in or TV show, I'll probably recognize them, but I usually don't know the names unless it's like stars like The Rock. You know, of course everyone knows The Rock, or like, yeah, anything for today. Oh, her daughter's Dakota Johnson. I know Dakota Johnson. Oh, okay, interesting. Very nice. Hello, Comer. How are you doing today? Wait, what about Miami Vice? Yeah, I like Dakota Johnson. I wasn't a huge fan of the 50 Shades of Grey, but she was in other roles, and I really like her. There's something about her face, her soft-spoken tone, that really makes her attractive to me. But she does play the same role in almost every movie, though. She's always got the bang. She's always kind of like soft-spoken, but I really like her, though. I like the way she is. Don Johnson is in Miami Vice. I've only seen the new Miami Vice with Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell. But if I remember correctly, Miami Vice is also like a TV show, right? And maybe there was like an older movie that came out. So I probably haven't seen that one. I've seen the new one, and I really like that one. I think, what's the Asian chick that was in it too? I really like her. Not Bing fan, but... Gong Li, maybe? I think she was in it. Sorry, you're like a child wandering to a movie theater. Come on in! Open seats for everyone. Free popcorn. Although, don't eat the popcorn near me. I don't like the smell of popcorn. Whenever I tell people that, people are like, ew, how do you not like the smell of popcorn? Popcorn's so good. I'm like, bro, it smells, I don't know. Popcorn just smells like ass to me. But I do also have a very interesting sense of smell. Like, I don't like the smell of coffee as well. Coffee just smells like poop to me. And popcorn is just, I don't like popcorn. It is an 80s TV show. Ooh, poor acting and cult classic. Poor acting is what makes it good, though. I don't know. I love watching old, like, 90s, 80s movies, TV shows where the acting kind of sucks. It's like a little charm added to it, you know? It's kind of charming. So, nostalgia, too. Like, the cheesiness of it just really captures the whole, like, 80s and 90s vibe. Popcorn. Wait, what? Popcorn upsets my stomach really bad. People always forget. Wait, really? I actually have never heard of that before. Are you allergic to corn as well? Or is it the butter, maybe? Yeah, I feel too old now. It's all good. It's all good. We're all young here. We're all young at heart. And even if you are old, who cares? Aging is fun. Cringe. Wait, what's cringe? The popcorn thing or the cringe acting? Oh, the cringiness of it. But that makes it charming. Depends on what movie it is, though, of course. Wait, you're not allergic to corn, but popcorn upsets your stomach. Maybe they put too much butter, and maybe you're just like lactose intolerant, right? I'm lactose intolerant, or actually, sorry, we did this food testing thing. Technically, I'm not lactose intolerant, but I'm allergic to the protein in milk, which is really freaking annoying because it's like the same damn thing. But I've been drinking these hot chocolate packets, and my stomach has been pretty messed up from drinking it. And I don't know if it's because maybe they put milk powder in the hot chocolate packet or something like that. But I don't want to check because, I don't want to look at it. I just want to keep drinking and not know. The only reason why I don't like popcorn is picking this mess out of your teeth or having that one piece get stuck in the back of your throat. Yeah. I don't know. Also, popcorn just reminds me of like greasiness, and like it reminds me of movie theaters that aren't clean. Like, you guys ever get into a movie theater and then you're like about to sit down and you're surrounded by like popcorn, nachos on the floor, trash everywhere because someone didn't clean the damn theater? Oh, dude, thank you. Thank you so much. I didn't even know you can do that. Thank you for gifting 5 Corky Sun memberships. Wow, I actually have never seen that before. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. I think we just have 5 new members. Wait, where does it go? Oh, it's gifted randomly. Oh, cool. Stefan, Toots, Chai, we have Captain Mirror, and Brandon Torres. Oh, guys, welcome. I think you guys get emotes. Yeah, oh my gosh. I haven't done the membership tiers since it's been a couple months. But y'all should be getting new emotes then. Chai's not even here. I think Chai's still sleeping right now. Chai is in Australian time, so it's probably super early for him right now. I hate how US and Australia time zone difference is so big. We can't even play games together unless he stays up really, really late or just doesn't go to sleep, I guess. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thank you. That's so cool. I've never seen that before. Did my notification... Oh, my notification works. Well, how come there's no sound? Oh, well, this works too. Cool, guys. Well, welcome. You guys get to use your emotes and stuff. Whee! Alrighty, so... we have a couple pages of stuff to go over. I don't know which one to go over first, but there's one thing that I found. We have another brief of appellee, and this one was written by Mr. Ben Rottenborn, which I'm really surprised because we haven't heard of Benjamin Rottenborn in quite a bit. And I would think that all the appeal stuff would be... I would think that all the appeal stuff would be taken care of by the large law firm that Amber Heard has hired to do her appeals, like, the #1 law firm that does like First Amendment and all that stuff, and they're really good at doing appeals. So I'm actually really surprised to see Mr. Benjamin Rottenborn working on it. I mean, I guess surprised as in like, oh, wouldn't you just have like your appeal lawyers working on this stuff, and then Ben Rottenborn would just kind of do like, I don't know, like maybe like the side stuff. But anyways, Benjamin Rottenborn, he prepared this document, and we haven't heard about him in a while because after the trial was over, we saw a lot of Elaine doing some TV time, and then Elaine was booted along with like the rest of her team. But Benjamin Rottenborn was kept on this case, and here we are. He makes an appearance. Da 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 da. We gotta do more Mario Party together. I still have Mario Party, but I want to buy Mario Kart. Can you please buy Mario Kart so we can play Mario Kart together? Brandon, welcome. Oh, and you have an emote next to your name. Oh, sweet. Wait, Brandon, do you see like emotes that you can use? They should be in here. I think like these are the emotes. That's so cool. Thank you. I appreciate the gifted, and Brandon, thanks for being here. Oh yay, the emotes are there. I wonder how many emotes I can add. Because on Twitch, you're only limited... Well, actually, sorry. Twitch, they used to do 5, but then now they're making it so, like, if you're an affiliate, you're pretty much almost partner because you get so many emotes and so many badges and stuff like that. But, yay, that's so exciting. Woohoo. All right, so where shall we start? I have the... Now, do we have any lawyers in the chat? Because there is a word that I do not know how to pronounce, and I've seen different people pronounce it differently. The word is amici. I've heard it been pronounced amici, amici, or no, amici, not amici. Sorry, erase that. How do you pronounce this word? Do we have any Latin people? Anyone that studied Latin? Because I did not study Latin in high school. I studied Spanish, and then my stupid butt dropped it after the first couple years, which is stupid because if you're learning a free foreign language, take advantage of it. That's my recommendations for any young people out there, okay? If you have access to French, Japanese, Spanish, whatever, just do it. It's free. Amici. Okay, Amici. Should we go with Amici? I mean, I thought it was Amici too, but then someone said Amici, and I was like, oh, Amica cream? Amici, like the Italians say. All right, we'll go with Amici. So we have right here, there's actually two of them, and I'm not really quite sure what's the difference is. Let's pop in over here. So we have this one right here. These are both on DepDive, by the way. If you guys need any resources or anything, I use DepDive for all of the research for the trial stuff. It was this webpage and Nick Wallace as well. Lots of really, really good information on here if you ever need to refer back to anything. Now, there are three documents that are now uploaded, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta read this. We haven't read this yet. I'm sure maybe the Amici brief, maybe we can skim over it. I don't know. But these are for Amber Heard, and we have two of them. So this one I know is pronounced amicus, right? So that's why I think some people say amici. Amicus, amici. I don't know. I think amici sounds better. Greeting humans. Oh, there are no humans here. Okay, we're all Martians. It's just a miss. Yes, that's amicus. Amis. It's just a miss apparently. Huh? What did you say? Okay, so we have two. I see that we have a, let's see what it says here. So we have amicus briefs in support of Amber Heard. We have one and we have two. Why do we have two different ones? This one says updated brief version 5 maybe? Something clean. Oh, okay, so maybe this is the updated version. Well, this one's like 71 pages long. Oh my goodness. So in Latin, amici means friend, and this has to do with something with like people who are not actually involved with the trial, but they're friends of the people that are involved with the trial, and they want to kind of give their input on things so the judges can look at it. That's what I looked up. That's all I found. But if you guys have any better description of that, let me know. Let's read the updated one, I guess. How does it go from 71 pages to 72 pages? Hold on, let me skim through this really quick. We have table of authorities, identity and interest of amicus curiae. I did not take Latin. I guess I should have taken Latin just so I can know how to pronounce some of these damn words. Also, Latin helps with SATs as well, apparently. All right, so I'm so glad that there's a very long table of contents. Okay, cool. We're like 11 pages in. And I think it also identifies who are the friends of Amber Heard that are supporting her. Oh, this probably has a connection with the open letter for Amber Heard, the one that we talked about recently. I mean, I'll read it because the reason why I'm reading this is because I want to see Ben Chu, Camille Vasquez, Team Johnny Depp's response to this. So I want to read this, and then we'll read the response, not today, but a different day. And then this right here. Oh, and then I want to read the brief right here that was prepared by Mr. Rottenborn. I'm just excited to see Mr. Rottenborn. I feel like we haven't heard about him for a while. He's been a little MIA. Oh, wait, hold on a second. We literally get the definition right here. Oh, cool. I Googled this. Let me just read the definition then. Amici Curiae are leading nonprofit organizations, professors, victim advocates, and professionals around the world. Around the world. La 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 la. I lost my place. Around the world. Dedicated to advancing the safety and the well-being of survivors of DV. Collectively, the Amici provides a broad range of legal and other services to victims of DV and are active contributors and are experts in the scholarship surrounding the dynamics of domestic DV. Amici are concerned because the jury verdict reflects a deep and dangerous ignorance over the coercive tactics and non-physical forms of A-word that are a critical component of DV. Amici also wishes to advise the court of the troubling, chilling effects this highly publicized verdict will have on the victims of A-word, seeking to protect themselves, report A-word, and raise awareness. Pursuant to rule Amici respectfully submits this brief in support of the appellant Amber Laura Heard. So I just put a Elaine right there. Amici are qualified to understand and express the interests of DV victims in Virginia with respect to the matters of common concern that come before this court. Amici requested the consent of all parties to file this amicus curiae brief. Appellant Ms. Heard has consented. Interesting. Okay, well, this one says updated, and it's 62 pages. So I think we should just read this one instead. Maybe this was the original, and they kind of cleaned it up a little bit. Maybe. But let's keep scrolling down. Oh, this is a little bit different, though. Oh, this talks about the First Amendment. Man, I wish there was a way just to access this, because in order to access the the Court of Virginia Appeals, CAV, Court of Appeals Virginia, Court of Appeals Virginia, I remember CAV, you have to contact the clerk. And so you can't like look it up on paper or anything, at least I couldn't. So ew. I wish there was a way just to have everything, I want visually, I want to see how everything is organized. Hi, Rain. How are you doing today? Hello, hello. I mean, you can always hire people to be your friends. I thought Dobby was a free elf now. No, don't compare to Dobby. We like Dobby. Dobby's cool. That is technically not the definition of amici curiae. The one that was listed on there. I thought she wasn't to appeal. No, she can appeal. Everyone has a right to appeal their case. But, is there a new development? No, she can appeal. Hi, Tarek. How are you doing today? Unless she ain't got the money, but I'm sure she somehow scraped it. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's like a GoFundMe or something. Although, hold on a second. Not the GoFundMe, because I did remember, I think someone tried to make a GoFundMe for Amber Heard, but I think it got shut down or something, didn't it? Oh, it was a really lax definition. Yeah, they're probably trying to be brief just for the purposes of this long 72, 62 page thing. I think at the bottom, is it this one right here that has, or is it Roddenborn's document? One of these mentions how there's like a word count. Like it can't be no more than X amount of letters and words. Maybe it was this one. Okay, sorry. Let's go back to this right here. All right, let's go back to the updated one. It's shorter. Why not? Oh, wait, how did I get all the way to the bottom here? Did I scroll down? Whoops. All right, so we want to read this because I want to see how Johnny Depp and his team replied to this. So let's do it. Oh, dude, thank you. Guys, we just got, Comer, thank you so much. We just got 10 more Corgi Sun memberships. Oh, guys, you guys could get your little emotes and your little not sub badges, membership badges. Sorry, I'm so used to Twitch vernacular that it's so hard to go interchangeably between Twitch and YouTube sometimes. Because on Twitch, we call it subscriptions. But on YouTube, it's membership, because subscriptions on YouTube are already free. So I don't know. I get it all mixed up. But, oh, dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it. We got Bleep in here, Joe. Oh, Comer as well. Wait, Comer, you gifted it to yourself. That's pretty cool. Mama Bear, F3, Butters, Mom, Io, Studio, E. Awesome. Thank you. You guys can use your badges and your emotes and stuff like that. So cool. That is very awesome. This is our first 15 members that we have in our community. And then I think you get like a different username color, I think. I don't know. We're learning this as we go, because I haven't actually the membership thing we haven't actually been pushing at all. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yay. Hello, E. How are you doing today? How's it going? I almost streamed Overwatch today, but I was like, I gotta do a lot of YouTube stuff. All right, guys, who's ready? Should I just read this? Let's just do it. The entity. So this is identity and interest of amicus curiae. Curiae. Man, anyone here? Did you guys not study Latin? Oh, my brother studied Latin. He would probably know. The entities identified in Appendix A who have signed onto this brief fall into 3 primary categories. First, organizations that support a vibrant First Amendment have joined to protect the ability to engage in reporting facts and opinions regarding important current issues, which is threatened by the verdict in this case. Second, civil rights, women's groups have joined to address the significant diminution of reporting of A-word against women as a result of this verdict. Third, groups assisting persons who have been A-worded, especially involved intimate partner A-word, have joined to protect their clients from the devastating effect of this verdict. In addition, respective authorities in all 3 areas have added their voices to the brief. Source of authority to file. Amici has moved for leave of this file in the accompanying motion pursuant to the Supreme Court of Virginia. La 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 la. Introductions. Amici are gravely concerned with the verdict for Johnny Depp in the Johnny Depp v. Heard case against his former wife, Amber Heard, cast an enormous shadow over the First Amendment law. Intimate partner A word victims. Oh gosh, I don't know. This is like so annoying to have to speak in Disney language. I'm sorry, guys. If you guys don't know what I'm saying, I don't know. Read with me. I'll try to highlight the words that we're trying to avoid a little bit. Incentives to report A by their attacker and the abilities of Americans to speak out about the injustices. If not reversed, this verdict will have a profound effect on the jurisprudence of the Virginia and further effects on the ability of women nationwide to stand up to their A's. The verdict will have a chilling effect on the wide range of commentators. Specifically, the verdict has already and will continue to deter women who have been A by their partners from reporting such A, whether it be among others, mental, psychological, verbal, physical, emotional, or SA. If anything, really, if anything, like this is like a broken record. I feel like it's more scarier for men to come out and report because look at how much shit that Johnny Depp had to go through, right? How much money he had to spend to vindicate himself. And then additionally, I think this could also maybe even deter, unfortunately, there are some people out there who do make false allegations, and maybe this can deter people from doing that because they're like, oh shit, like you get fried in court if you lie. Don't lie, guys. Easy as that. Don't lie. Hi, Crosby. How are you doing today? How's it going? I heard YouTubers refer to as, AB. Oh, just AB? That could be good because when I say A, I feel like it sounds weird. So AB. Okay, you know what? I like that. If you guys have the tips for me, let me know because that will truly help. Because for me, I don't know. I used to just say the darn word, but then, when you keep getting hit with the limited monetization thing, it's kind of annoying. Anyways, not only was his highly publicized trial, but it also became social media sensation, possibly in a manner that was not wholly organic. It is a common tactic for AB to sue their victims for defamation, re-traumatizing them, and impoverishing them through the legal system. This is true. It is very true. But just because Amber Heard is a woman and Johnny Depp is a man in this case, doesn't mean it's necessarily true for all cases. The problem only worsened during the hashtag, I don't think I can even say this word too, because I think I said it and YouTube was like, oh, we don't like that. Hashtag M movement. This tactic is accelerated due to the verdict in this case. See Angelina Chaplin. Johnny's playbook won't work for most men, New York Magazine. Lawyers have noticed a substantial increase in defamation cases involving DV and SA in recent years. Between 2014 and 2020, there were at least 100 defamation cases filed by those accused of S misconduct. Most of them were filed after the hashtag M movement began. The argument of Mr. Depp's counsel to the jury relied upon many assertions that are nowhere within the four corners of the editorial at issue or reasonably derived therefrom. The defamation by implication doctrine has been so unduly expanded in this case that it will lead to numerous meritless attacks on editorials and other publications that claimants will assert contain implied references regardless of how dubious the implication. I don't know, man. I feel like Johnny Depp had to prove a F ton in order to even prove that there was malice. But like a lot of people said, they think that it wasn't even Johnny Depp that did a good job at proving it. They thought that Amber Heard did a good job at proving Johnny Depp's case. In order to find Ms. Heard liable for defamation by implication, a court must make numerous leaps of logic that are not justified by the actual words of Ms. Heard's op-ed and the reasonable implications therefrom. Requiring V's to defend against such lawsuits without proper First Amendment protections will cause speakers to either choose not to speak or to incur significant costs, usually against litigants who have far superior assets. I don't know. I see what they're trying to do, but I feel like they're really just cherry picking certain things that happen at the trial and trying to apply it to things that may not necessarily work. So just because Johnny Depp won doesn't mean that, all of a sudden there's going to be a bunch of lawsuits against publications or like victims and stuff like that, and they're going to automatically win. In his case, it sort of start becoming an open and shut case because you had someone that was very untrustworthy. They had really bad evidence, or they made up some really weird BS claims that just made sense to not a lot of people, like some of the bruisings and all that stuff. Like a lot of people were like, what are you talking about? We don't see it. And she's like, it's right there. What do you mean? Don't you see the broken notes? I was like, no, we don't see any of that. So I don't know. I like how they're just trying to cherry pick and be like, oh my God, this is going to be catastrophic for everyone. No, it was catastrophic for Amber Heard because she really fucked up. Number one, the publication at issue, the Washington Post op-ed. On December 2018, the Washington Post published an editorial written by appellant. I mean, she didn't even write it, but okay, let's just go with that. With the assistance of the ACLU, her own private counsel. Amber Heard, I wonder if she's going to sue her own private counsel, the one that was, I don't know if it's the Eric George guy. Is that his name? Eric George? I don't know if it's the Eric George guy, but I would be very curious to see if she's going to pass along that legal bill and try to sue someone else for the responsibility of the article. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me, right? Ms. Heard has also been invited to become an ambassador by the ACLU and to work with the ACLU on an op-ed to bring attention to gender justice issues, as well as to galvanize support for changes in the treatment of women who came forward to speak out against A, which is good. Like, I'm so glad that, this is like the movement that they're supporting, but you just got the wrong gal to spearhead it. Heard advocated that readers help elect politicians who will help assist in fighting A and pave the way for better investigations by providing proper follow-through of complaints and assurances of no retaliation. Do you guys think Amber Heard even votes? I don't know. I could totally see her being the type of person who would just virtue signal and be like, yeah, you guys should vote in order to make changes, and like not even vote herself. I don't know if she does or not, but I wouldn't be surprised, I guess, is what I'm saying. In the op-ed, Ms. Heard explained that she has spoken out against DA. She has been ostracized, lost employment as an actress. Remember, she was ostracized and she lost employment because I don't know if she's officially lost the Mira role yet. I know today there was some news about how Jason Momoa is not going to do Aquaman. That was on the Umbrella Guys channel. And I don't know. It seems like they're just kind of like scraping Aquaman or something like that. I don't know what's happening with it. But remember, when she came out and spoke out about it, she was not ostracized. She was a speaker for, DV victims. And also, she didn't lose her employment. She had Mira. And she was in Justice League, very briefly though. But it wasn't like Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp didn't even go through trial yet, but he was already losing all these roles and, lots of like budget cutback. Like people didn't want to really sponsor his movies anymore or like have anything to do with him. But okay. Anyways, we're just going to ignore that. This is just cherry pick. As the Washington Post op-ed later wrote, the op-ed urged readers to support women who came forward with AB by taking them seriously and electing politicians who will fight for changes to laws and rules and social norms. Sonia Rao, a timeline for Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's ongoing legal battle, blah, 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 blah. The op-ed never mentioned the former husband. I'm going to skip through that. This is parts of the article. The 2 years thing, I had the rare advantage. We're going to skip through that. Again, this talks about the op-ed. Number 2, other negative publications about Mr. Depp. Oh, yeah, and she had L'Oreal as well. And I think she still has her L'Oreal contract. And then don't forget, I think Amber Heard tried to say that she lost Aquaman, but she didn't because when Walter Hamada, the president of DC, testified, he said that he never fired her. It was just like, they were just like, I don't know. It was like something about there's issues with the... I don't know, like on camera, I don't know, what's it called again? Like your chemistry with your co-star. Yeah, it was like some issues with the chemistry with the co-star, but like they didn't actually like fired her. They were actually going to keep her for Aquaman 2, and then like her pay wasn't going to be like exponentially increased. That's my takeaway from Walter Hamada's testimony, and I don't know. You guys remind me if I'm wrong in any way. While the Washington Post op-ed did not mention JD, numerous other publications report in great detail about his drug and alcohol use, AB of Ms. Heard and others, and his failure to honor obligations to show up in sets in a timely manner, resulting in financial loss to studios. These articles caused Mr. Depp poor reputation. Oh, that's right. And they were saying that Johnny Depp's reputation was already on the down and down, but it's not because of Amber Heard's fault. We remember that. Those articles caused Mr. Depp's poor reputation among various studios and others in the industry. Years before Heard op-ed was published, Ms. Heard was prohibited from entering into this evidence based on the erroneous hearsay objections ruling by the trial court. Yep, here's them coming in again and trying to enter in all their hearsay documents. Had these articles been admitted to evidence, the jury would have learned about other reporting that would have affected Mr. Depp's reputation. So these are all the articles that they wanted to admit it, but Judge Penny was like, nope. None of these articles were sought to be introduced for the truth of the matter asserted, but rather to demonstrate that other publications contain more damaging allegations about Mr. Depp. Hold on a second. Listen, I think there's a difference between Let me read these. There are reliable predictions that Depp would not be in any more prize recruitment almost 2 months before the op-ed was published. Depp's business manager filed pleadings and a lawsuit against him, saying they knew Depp engaged in V against Ms. Heard. Depp drank heavily. Depp went on 72 binge. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. There's a difference between these articles publishing negative things about Johnny Depp versus his ex-wife coming out and saying that she was a V-word of Johnny Depp. Huge difference. None of these articles were sought to be introduced. Oh, I read that already. Sorry. All the alligator word Mr. Depp now contends were implicit within the op-ed provisions were not only public knowledge, but they had been circulated ad nauseum long prior to the publication of the op-ed. By the time that Ms. Heard published her op-ed, Depp was nearly defamation or libel proof, or any alleged implication of the op-ed had little effect on Mr. Depp's reputation. What world are they living in? Number 3, Depp's unsuccessful British lawsuit against The Sun. We're not going to read too much about it. It talks about the Dan Wooden, The Sun article. Of course, we all know that Johnny Depp did not win. They sided with the newspaper group. Talks about the judgment. More than 2 years after this article, Mr. Depp resigned from this role after losing the lawsuit in 2020. Wait, did he resign? Or was he urged strongly to resign? There's a difference between resigning out of your own volition and being told that you should fucking quit the movie. I actually thought that they kind of just... Oh, Pirates was when he found out through an article, but I think Fantastic Beasts, didn't they kind of just like tell him like, hey, like, you know, you should resign? Do you guys remember? Chorus. Non-reality. She said she trained for months for Aquaman. She would still lose Best Fish Award to Nemo and Dory. I will give her credit though. She did have the physique and everything. And to do an action hero movie type of thing, you have to be like in tip-top shape and all that stuff. And you got to do all the martial arts. But anyways... 4, the Depp v. Heard trial. To say the Depp v. Heard trial in Fairfax Court and its surroundings was a circus is a gross understatement. Who made it into a circus? Who? Who made it into a circus? I think it was your team, Ms. Heard. As the unofficial video record has shown, the outside entrance drop-off gauntlet through which both parties entered the courthouse and through which Mr. Depp was championed and Heard was vilified, and the conduct of the courtroom audience, some of the participants created an atmosphere more appropriate for a trivialized wrestling match than a court trial impacting people's lives. Social media lambasted Ms. Heard and viciously attacked anyone who expressed opposition to Depp. You know what I thought was funny was Amber Heard said that when she would go into the courtroom, she would see signs, like really rude signs that were directed towards her. I forgot what she said. Something about directed towards her baby, maybe something directed like harm towards her, but like, you know, there was cameras there every day. I don't think those signs that she was talking about was ever shown on camera. And I think people that were actually there in Virginia, they were like, what signs was she talking about? We actually didn't see anything like that. I mean, there were Amber Heard, like very, 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 very few. There were some Amber Heard supporters and, you know, they had their signs, but I don't think they were like being attacked or accosted or anything like that. There were no signs. I know. That's me thinking like she'd be making stuff up trying to get the pity. Hello, Queen. How are you doing today? Her talent manager testified that she was the one. Wait, I don't remember that. That she needed the cue cards for Aquaman? Which one? What was the name of the talent manager? Physique obtained through alcohol and substance. A word shouldn't be applauded. It's muscle, though. You don't get that through alcohol and substance stuff. But anyways. PD clout, yeah. I don't know. It's just really sad to see her trying to pull the same strings because it's like, girl, there are cameras everywhere. How are you going to lie about that? Same thing with when you're dating someone that's rich and famous. You're both celebrities. How are you going to lie and say like, oh my God, there was like black guys on this day, this day, this day, and then show up to like a gala, red carpet event? Like, I don't know. That is wild to me. She's acting like there's like, no one's going to go through the archives and look at old videos and photos and footages and stuff like that. Targeted trolling and trend manipulation, how organized attacks on Amber and other women thrive on Twitter. Bots Sentinel reports. The lack of decorum was further exacerbated by social media postings, which belittled Heard and heralded Depp. Attorneys for Depp were shown making inappropriate gestures and her. What? What? When? Wait, you mean when Ben Chu and Johnny Depp laughed at Dr. Schmeigel on the stand? Attorneys for Depp were shown making inappropriate gestures and harassing the witnesses when they were on stand. What is this? The video of the trial showed Depp's counsel making inappropriate gestures toward Ms. Heard. Watch live as Amber Heard's second days of testimony in Johnny Depp defamation trial continues, as well as engaging in inappropriate celebration during certain testimony. Oh, when he did the fist pump? So I know Ben Chu was getting really frustrated when Amber Heard would not admit about the donations, okay? Whether about the pledges, about the donations, and he was getting a little frustrated and was like, ah! And he started writing on a sticky note and he handed it over to Camille. Is that the part that they're talking about? Wow. Inappropriate gestures and harassing the witnesses. So they said harassing witnesses. Who is the other witness that was being harassed on stand? I only see Amber Heard here. Who else is being harassed on stand? All of these elements, which are predictable results of defamation suits, improperly filled and involving public figures, chill speakers who should be protected by First Amendment. It is difficult to overstate the amount of historical interest the case attracted and its long-term impact. Wow. Broadcast of YouTube segments amassed a total of 83.9 million hours, watched with the 3.5 million peak views during the announcement of the verdict. The opening argument for Mr. Depp's counsel and the evidence presented by Depp and Depp's closing argument would lead a reasonable juror to believe that the defamation being sued on by Mr. Depp was not the op-ed itself, but rather the alligator of AB by Ms. Heard in 2016 in her California court filings. Okay, I'm going to pronounce this word as alligator, okay? So if I'm saying alligator, it's because I'm trying to say this word, and I don't know, we're just trying to be a little, I don't know, YouTube. Subsequent press coverage for the filings at that time. Someone gave her flowers. Yeah, I saw that. Someone gave her flowers. Like through the, I think like, I was actually really surprised that she accepted the flowers. I felt like if there were no cameras around, she would have been like, oh, no, no, no. But I think she accepted because like maybe the cameras were on her or something. But, you know, I was really surprised anyways because you never know what kind of crazies are out there, what they could be planting in there. But, yeah, I saw like someone gave her flowers and stuff like that, you know? Are they talking about the Ben Chu middle finger? Does anyone have a footage of that actually where Ben Chu is just sitting there like... Pledges, not donations. Where is Elaine? Elaine, I'm sure she's in her office somewhere in Virginia. I think her offices are in, where's her law firm office again? Alexandria or something like that. You know, I'm sure she's just doing her thing. You know, I wish her the best. But I feel like she's definitely going to be pulled into the... Not the appeal, well, actually maybe the appeal because, you know, Bruce Rivers had a theory that they think the reason why they ushered Elaine out was because they are planning to throw her under the bus. So we'll see about that. As Benjamin Chu, Depp's attorney, stated in his opening, the evidence would show that Ms. Heard's false alligators in 2016 had a significant impact on Mr. Depp's family and his ability to work. Depp's counsel later argued that what is at stake in trial is a man's life, the life that he lost when he was accused of a heinous crime. Only later did Mr. Depp's counsel correctly argue that this case is about Ms. Heard said in her op-ed, and then went on to distort what Ms. Heard said, even by implication. Depp's counsel argued that Ms. Heard painted a picture of herself as a heroic, innocent survivor of AB by Mr. Depp, a beaten woman who finally stood up to her tormentor. The evidence would show that Ms. Heard portrayed Mr. Depp as a representative of AB everywhere, the agents of her suffering, the villain in her heroic journey. I thought this was beautifully well said. Very well said. Evidence in the case was presented over 23 trial days. Interestingly, Depp did not introduce into evidence a copy of the op-ed that was the basis of the lawsuit until April 20, 2020, the seventh day of evidence. His counsel mentioned it only in passing during their opening statement. During trial, Mr. Depp asserted that when Ms. Heard made AB accusations against him in 2016, these accusations had an immediate impact on his career. How many law firms is she working with? This language is a little bit different than the one that we read in the previous appellee brief thing. So who wrote this? Is it all the, like, did she hire a law firm to work with the Emmett guys and then, like, they created this document or something? No, we're saying alligators. We're saying alligators because YouTube, they're a little bit nitpicky about certain words if you say it over and over again. Side note, but you're reading it. If I did it by OJ and him confessing to his murder and explaining the 300-page book is too much. Like, it's one thing to lie, but the book was too much. Wait. If I did it. Oh, he wrote a book about that? Interesting. I don't know too much about the OJ stuff. Only, like, the memes of it, about the gloves and all that. But isn't he back in jail or something like that? I hear that he was in a lot of legal trouble afterwards, like, for multiple things. I dropped the Ben Chew clip. Oh, you did? In my Discord. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're new here, join the Discord. Oh, cool. Is that you? I'm going to change your name so I know who you are. Brandon. Okay. Is this it? I didn't catch this either when I was watching it on live stream. Oh, I forgot she was drinking her little pink juice. He seems so harmless. That was pretty funny, though. I completely missed that. Oh, my phone is going off. And my nose is ready. All right, y'all. His counsel mentioned it only in passing during their opening statement. During trial, Mr. Depp asserted that when Ms. Heard made AB accusations against him in May 2016, these AC word had an immediate impact on his career, saying that if she made those AC word, he lost nothing less than everything. His counsel repeatedly argued that Mr. Depp's claims were focused on the alligators that Ms. Heard made in 2016. Twice referring to 6 years to the day, 6 years ago, Depp, life ended, blah, blah, blah. Mr. Depp's counsel began their closing argument by asserting that on May 27, 2016, Ms. Heard walked into a courthouse in LA, California to get a no-notice ex parte, that's what it's called, no-notice ex parte, restraining order against Mr. Depp, and in doing so, ruined his life by falsely telling the world that she was an S-word of DA at the hands of Mr. Depp. Today, on May 27, 2022, exactly 6 years later, we ask you to give Mr. Depp his life back by telling the world that Mr. Depp is not the AB Ms. Heard said he is and hold Ms. Heard accountable for her lies. This is Camille's speech, by the way. Thus, Mr. Depp and his counsel asked the jury to hold Ms. Heard accountable for filing their restraining order in 2016, not for the op-ed. Number 5, post-verdict information. Despite the fact that the identity of the jurors have been sealed after the trial ended, we're going to talk about the juror. One juror chose to speak out in response to various comments made by Ms. Heard and counsel. The juror said that they, Depp and Heard, were both AB to each other, but to rise to the level what she was claiming, there was not enough evidence. I knew they were going to pick on this. I knew it. Mark Guarino and juror and Johnny Demer, this is Good Morning America. The juror further states that Heard's team failed to prove Depp's AB was physical, thereby demonstrating the juror's misunderstanding of the burden of proof on this claim and the full scope of the term AB. AB can refer to many types of actions. AB can take many forms. More than a half century ago, the Virginia Supreme Court recognized the power of AB language during a relationship. Angry words, coarse and abuse, AB language, humiliating insults, annoyances in all the form that malice can suggest, may as effectively endanger life or health as personal V word and afford grounds for relief to the injured spouse. Whew. Poor Ben. Can't even flip in peace. He went to jail later for vandalism. He's not in right now. Oh, he's tweeting. Hey, some inmates have like access to Twitter in jail, okay? And sometimes they have access to TikTok as well. AB is pooping on your husband's bed. She's just horrible, not just on the stand. Hi, Tim. How are you doing today? Then he had the balls to do the interviews on the book and said how he hypothetically could have done it. Why? It's so freaking weird. There was some other drama involving like his like memorabilia or something, right? Didn't someone buy his memorabilia or something, and then he broke into their did he break into their house to try to take it back? I don't know. There was like something like that happened with OJ. Crazy. 7. Intimate partner V word is a significant problem in Virginia and in the U.S. Understanding of AB, especially domestic or intimate partner AB, has increased in recent years. Oh, that's really sad if that's true. There are at least several categories of intimate partner AB, each of which causes lasting harm and can escalate. According to the Centers for Disease Control, it's gonna IPV, personal violence. Okay, we're gonna skip that. This is just definitions, the CDC. So where they're getting at, and we've been seeing this throughout the Amber Heard briefs, is that, well, to her it was AB. Maybe it wasn't as bad as what she said, but she still felt like she experienced AB. So technically, it's not defamation if she really felt like she experienced it, even though it might not have went the way that she purported it did. I don't know. It's just like a really sad stretch that they're kind of going for. Combining SV, PV, and or, I don't know if I can say this word, by an intimate partner and psychological aggressions, there are almost 600,000 female V words in VIX. I think I'll say VIX. I feel like that's what cops say. VIX, or like in Law and Order they do. The levels of intimate partner AB over lifetime are even higher. The majority of female, 73%, over a third of male, 35%. I wonder how many of them, I don't know. Honestly, I wonder how many of the males are underreported. I feel like there are also times where sometimes women will just be engaged in like casually hitting their boyfriend, maybe not being as threatening or doing as much damage as a man would onto a woman. But there are times where, like, a woman will casually hit a guy and it would just be more accepted, right? Like, when you see in movies, right, where there's like a woman slapping a guy, we're like, oh, yeah, that's normal. Yeah. I mean, not in today, that shouldn't be normal at all. But, women violence on men is not really taken as seriously sometimes. Commonly reported IPV-related impacts for both women and men were feeling fearful, being concerned for safety, and experiencing symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. We have more CDC stuff here, so they're just trying to go over all this CDC. Violence against women. Number 9, the verdict in the present case communicates that retaliation in the form of defamation action is a powerful weapon against women who report AB. I mean, this could still be true, but just because it happened in the Amber Heard Johnny Depp case doesn't mean that it necessarily happened in that case, right? The verdict punishes Ms. Heard for being brave enough to write about the AB of women. No, it punishes her for the lies. Hello? The message is clear. No woman who voices her opinion about AB is safe from retaliation. I really wish we could somehow get an insight into the minds of her lawyers. I wonder how many of the people on her team truly believe that she is not an AB word. And how many people are just doing it just for the damn paycheck? This verdict will likely decrease reporting of intimate PA, with even less reporting of intimate PA. Is a heinous problem in Virginia and United States. Such AB will worsen. Because this case receives such widespread attention, both in traditional and social media, some women have already received a message that they should hide the intimate PA in their life. Who was telling them that? Who? Dr. Jessica Taylor is psychologist, forensic psychology, and author of 2 books on misogyny and AB, says she's already been contacted by hundreds. Really? Do we have screenshots of this? Of survivors since the death verdict willing to retract public statements they have made in the press. in the press, or pulling out of court cases against their AB. She says the verdict opens the floodgates for future defamation cases. And then I wonder how many of the people of the survivors, what if they thought that they can do what Amber Heard did and lie, and they're like, oh shit, maybe lying is bad after all. Hey Marcus, how are you doing today? How's it going? We can't live in a society where people can accuse others of AB because in their reality it exists. Yeah, it just sounds really freaking weird, because then how would you ever have a defamation case? I don't know. Very silly arguments in my opinion. But, I guess they're trying to like do as much as they can to see what sticks, right? The Courtney Clenny, it might be interesting. She was, so like that one, I'm waiting for the trial to happen, I guess. But yeah, we're waiting for more information about that. But that's some really fucked up shit as well. But we'll see, It could just be, I don't know, fuck. Because it looks bad. It looks really bad. But we'll see, I guess. We'll have to wait for the trial to happen. But I did see that she tried to, what's it called? When they release you and you can like go free for a little bit while the trial is like starting to set up. But yeah, I saw that they're going to hold her. Oh, yeah, on bail. I'm sorry. But I think it was like a law and crime. They were covering that. And I saw that Brittany, what's her last name? Grimmy? No. That's a different person. The NBA player, the WNBA player. I saw that they're going to do a trade, and then she's like back here, which I'm really happy. Griner, thank you. Oh yeah, she sucks. Sorry, it's all good. Trade it with the trade is crazy, right? Like, I don't know, man. I feel like, man, if you're like a famous celebrity or something and you're traveling to Russia, be careful. Be really freaking careful, because, if we're trading Brittany Griner for this guy who he had like, what, 25 years almost for doing some crazy shit? Like, I don't know. Who else do we have that's Russian in our prison that they might try to like trade, It's crazy. Just be careful, guys. I'm happy that she's back. Yeah, because I thought it was complete bullshit. What was she sentenced to? Like 9 years for that bullshit? I don't know. But you can tell it's mostly just all politics stuff. For these women, this appeal is an opportunity to erase the message of the verdict that reporters of AB will be punished. Reversals in the case will communicate the retaliation against women who report AB is not acceptable in Virginia. Summary of argument. The statement made by Ms. Heard were speech protected by the First Amendment. The op-ed was an opinion piece. It had no direct connection or citation. I don't know, man. I feel like the judges who are going to be reading this, I don't know, their eyes are just going to be rolling so far back in their heads. I can't wait till we hear, God, man, I can't wait for the appeal stuff to be over. We're not going to read this. This is just basically the same spiel that we read above. Last, the amici are concerned that a claimant hasn't permitted to litigate the same factual issues at, oh God, we're talking about the UK trial now. Next, argument. The trial verdict is inconsistent with the First Amendment principles and precedent. Okay, we could probably skip through this as well. 1. The trial court should have ruled that Ms. Heard op-ed was protected speech. Ms. Heard's op-ed was protected opinion. Okay, we've heard this spiel again. We won't re-talk about that unless there's anything else interesting in here. AB in the op-ed was a subjective perspective. During the trial, there was uncontroverted evidence regarding actions by Mr. Depp that constituted AB from the perspective of any woman. For example, a video showed Mr. Depp storming through the couple's kitchen in a drunken rage, assaulting kitchen cabinets, kicking and slamming, which is bad, by the way. Don't do this. But the reason why we all kind of like rolled our eyes at it is because when we got the actual footage of the video, because initially the TMZ one was cut short. When you got the full footage, you could see Amber Heard like snickering at the end, which was kind of pretty weird. Pretty weird. It really seemed like she was just trying to set him up. Mr. Depp to having punched a bathroom sconce during an argument with Ms. Heard in the Hicksville trailer incident, which caused her intimidation and apprehension of injury from displaced anger and destroying property, turning towards her. Mr. Depp told Ms. Heard to shut up, fat ass, when she complained that he had put out a cigarette on her, or in apprehension of that injury. Wait, when he had put a cigarette on her? Or in apprehension of that injury? Was this like during the cocaine binge fight or something? Mr. Depp called Ms. Heard a effing C during a dispute with Ms. Heard. Mr. Depp has sent Ms. Heard texts lambasting her while she was at a coffee meeting, stating that the meeting is for a W word. Mr. Depp wrote incoherent harassing messages, attacking Ms. Heard on mirrors. And okay, I don't know, like all of this sounds really bad until you actually get the full context of the situation. Like, this sounds really bad. If you were to read this in a headline, you'd be like, holy shit, Mr. Depp is unhinged. He is so AB word. But when you find out what really happened in Australia, you know, the fingertip incident, how she was chasing after him, multiple rooms, like, I don't know, man. We don't really... Do we care? No. Mr. Depp accused Ms. Heard of B word and calling her an effing pain in the A word and a C word, while accusing her of having a goddamn effing L lover. Mr. Depp called Ms. Heard a stupid F during another dispute. Mr. Depp bodyguard admitted to Mr. Depp rearranging Ms. Heard's closet by pulling all the clothes off the rack and throwing off the floor in the shared Los Angeles apartment. During the trial, an audio tape was played. Mr. Depp, I headbutted you and you're fucking Ms. Heard. I couldn't believe you did that. Mr. Depp, forehead. That doesn't break a nose. Mr. Depp, as asked about this interaction, admitted that he said those words. In a follow-up questioning, Mr. Depp asserted that it was not an intentional headbutt. When we talked about this yesterday, by the way, if I remember correctly, I think she was like attacking him, and then he like put his arms around her to like get her to chill the fuck out, and she was like squirming around, and they headbutted or something. Although Mr. Depp claims that he not intentionally headbutted Ms. Heard, under Virginia law, Mr. Depp's testimony was an admission by Mr. Depp that he A-worded Ms. Heard. This is like so stupid. It's like as if we removed our context and removed human intellectuals to get to this, in order to get to this conclusion. I don't know. My brain is like stunted right now. Like, this is like childish arguments. It's like when you tell a kid to not eat candy, and the kid takes the candy and starts sucking on it, and you're like, I told you not to eat candy. I'm not eating the candy. I'm sucking on the candy. It's just like, I don't know. It's just really, it's ridiculous. His statement at trial that the headbutt was unintentional reiterated that he did not headbutt Ms. Heard. The definition of family AB under the Virginia Juvenile and Domestic Relations Statute does not require intent or willfulness. It does not matter if the headbutt was or was not intentionally to be AB. Hold on a second. It doesn't matter if the headbutt was or not intentional to be AB. So you could still be AB to someone without doing it intentionally. Sometimes it could happen unintentionally. But the headbutt itself, I don't know. I feel like they're being very, very vague in how they're defining things. And they're trying to rope certain ideas together by being very vague. I don't know. Does that make sense? Hey, no one. Childish, grasping at straws, cherry picking, excluding context. Who is this made for? Clearly someone without a brain. I wonder if do the appeals judge, do they have to watch the trial or anything? Or I guess they just read this, right? They don't have to actually rewatch the trial in order to like make their decision. At least we know Ms. Heard has a healthy bowel movements. Oh no. Was there good thing she didn't have Chipotle the night before. There might have been some corn in there. I like how the whole trial we never heard about her was trying to get him to become sober. Instead, we hear about their binge drinking. Better watch out, stepping on her foot by accident. That would be DV too. I don't know. Like I said, there are people that do support her, and I wonder is it because they just read these like headline stuff, you know? Like, oh my God, technically this is AB, just like reading this. But then once you actually really dig in and find out the context of certain things and like their relationship, it's kind of like, is it? Like, I personally am not a huge fan of people throwing things, destroying property. Like, I think that's pretty fucked. But if you're doing it because you have a partner that's like constantly harassing you, haranguing you, and that's your reaction to it because it kind of brings up trauma of your childhood with your mom, like I can kind of understand that. Yeah, shit. Mr. Depp was asked about his interaction, and I read that already. I read this. An analogous situation was at issue in Fairfax, CBS, in which a Virginia then lieutenant governor sued a television network based upon his interviews with women who alleged that he R-worded them many years before they announced their alligators. Mr. Fairfax also complained about sympathetic comments by the co-host of CBS morning shows after the interviews were aired. See, I feel like I can't trust that they're citing this because they could just be, again, cherry picking certain things and not even representing the case correctly. So that's where we have the judges because they have, very extensive knowledge of like certain cases, the law and stuff like that. And they will know whether or not it's applied correctly or not, or if they're just bullshitting. I don't know because I would have to research the damn case. Like yesterday, they brought up the, I forgot, they brought up the Pendleton case, the one where the kid ingested peanuts and then it led her to have like a major allergy attack and she passed away at school. But, oh man, what did they said something about it that I was just, no, sorry. It was a Sarah Palin one. They quoted the Sarah Palin case versus New York Times. But the Sarah Palin case with New York Times, that was completely different than what happened with the Amber Heard case. Like, I don't think it's even comparable. But if you weren't familiar with the case, I guess, you might be like, oh, okay, I guess those are comparable. But I feel like these judges are very familiar with it. And if they need a refresher, they could probably just read about it really quick. I never forget to hit a button. Oh yeah, hit the like button too, guys. Hit the like button. Posture. All right. Let me drink some water as well. I'm getting like a throat spasm. I don't know. It's like weird. You guys ever get a throat spasm? I feel like I'm trying to swallow something in my throat, like a ball of rice, and it's like stuck in my throat. But it's like I don't know. It's like stuck right here. It kind of hurts. La 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 la. Your face is really shiny today. Yeah, my light is really bright, so I'm actually really excited. We're gonna get blackout shades, and this room is gonna look way better. And then I could dim the lights on my face because, like, I don't like how bright these lights are. Okay, we're ready. These exact words could be said of the op-ed published by Ms. Heard. The crux of the op-ed was not to rehash alligators that Ms. Heard had previously made regarding Mr. Depp's conduct, but rather to express Ms. Heard's experience after she made those alligators. At no time in the op-ed text did Ms. Heard talk about any specifics of the alleged AB by Mr. Depp, but rather she talked about the effect of coming forth as an advocate for, okay, so this is the same thing, blah, 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 don't care, same argument, man. Excuse me. The alleged AB defamation was not based upon facts that were verifiable. I wonder if they're going to make the argument where it's like, oh, only Johnny Depp and Amber Heard knew what happened behind closed doors. Therefore, it's not verifiable, and therefore we can never really determine if it was true or not, right? That's like they made that argument in one of the briefs, and I feel like that's what they're going for right now. In reviewing a publication to determine whether it is defamatory, a reviewing court must consider the entire published statement, not just an excerpt thereof out of context. Really? You have been doing out of context shit throughout this entire document, and now you're like, well, you need the entire excerpt, You can't just take it out of context. This is so funny. The Federal District Court in Fairfax versus CBS case achieved the correct balance by reviewing the entire publication and the alligator defamatory passages in context rather than focusing on certain passages, and is consistent with the Virginia precedent. Let's see. They are citing a case where a student wore a MAGA hat, stood in front of an older Native American man, while the latter attempted to go to the Lincoln Memorial to engage in tribunal ritual. After the incident, Phillips was quoted by a newspaper as stating that MAGA hat guy blocked my way, wouldn't allow me to retreat. The plaintiff initially filed a case involving several news organizations on several grounds. The court dismissed all the claims, staring the issues to whether the newspaper publication of this great code was defamatory. So we talk about, okay, I'm going to skip this. 2, statements in the op-ed cannot be the basis for finding the actual malice. In order to find a person liable for defamation where the issue here involves a public figure, a claimant must establish by clear and convincing actual evidence, actual malice, which requires the plaintiff show that the defendant knew the publication to be false or reckless disregard for the truth, which I think he did a really good job of that, especially having TMZ show up and she's like posing for a photo op and the bruise is gone the next day and wasn't there the day before. No defamation facts can be reasonably implied in the op-ed written by Ms. Heard. She didn't write the op-ed, by the way. Just a reminder. Someone else did, and she like stamped her name on it. She probably made some little changes here and there, you know. We're gonna skip through this. There was no temporal relationship between the alligators of AB by Ms. Heard with the resulting publicity in the op-ed trial. The trial court allowed these claims to move forward despite the fact of the information that Mr. Depp used to establish implications were made when Ms. Heard obtained a temporary restraining order over 2 years prior to the op-ed being published. I don't know. She should just pass on the legal bill to whichever lawyer, whichever group helped her prepare that op-ed. You know, that's how you move on. Like, you know what? Fuck it. Accept the responsibility. You know you fucked up. But let someone else share that responsibility with you, I guess. Oh, yeah, we were talking. You guys, I still don't understand the hate on Meghan. But it's actually really funny that we're talking about that because I pulled up my Netflix yesterday. And look what was on there on Netflix. Look on here on this Netflix there. We have the Meghan and Harry documentary. I don't know. I kind of want to do some research on Meghan because I really do want to know why the hell is she being hated so much? Why y'all be hating on her? Who's going to pay for her lawyer? She paid $6 million for that. I don't know, man. I don't know. And like the lawyers that she hired, Ballot Spar, dude, they are like the #1 top attorneys, like one of the top law firms, I believe, in America, especially for like, I think like First Amendment, they were ranked like #1 or something. So I'm sure that's going to be very expensive. Umbrella Guy did have a theory that that's probably why Ben Rottenborn prepared this and not the new lawyers, because maybe they were too expensive and she's trying to, I don't know, maybe Ben Rottenborn's a little bit cheaper. I'm sure he is, maybe. I don't know. I thought that was kind of an interesting theory as well. She gonna pledge the money. I was gonna watch it, but I saw how long it is. I decided to watch something else instead. What's the is it like a docu-series or is it like a movie? What is it? Oh, and then also Nancy Grace made a really interesting comment again. She was wondering why the C. Anthony, why it was called a documentary. She's like, when I think of documentary, I think of like the truth, you know, people putting out their truth and like you see different perspectives and stuff, not just like someone coming on there and just lying their face and just giving a one-sided view and everything, which I thought was really funny. If it's pledged, that means it's already paid, I hear. I bet she has money somewhere, that money she stole from Johnny. Maybe she has like, what if she has like boxes and boxes? Sorry, there's another word for like not boxes and boxes, but what if she just has like a bunch of just like that expensive red wine that she loves, you know? Oh, sorry, crates. She just has like crates of it, like crates and crates and crates of it, just like stashed just somewhere. Or maybe like hoards. Yeah, hoards too, that could work. Moreover, there was no evidence presented that the Washington Post, the former op-ed, had ever published any information relied to flesh out the we can say allege, right? I feel like we can say allege. Allege is fine. Defamation. There was no evidence that the Washington Post had previously published articles about these alligators, which were protected in 2016 and beyond the statute of limitation any time in near proximity of the op-ed. There can be no implication that the readers of the op-ed would have a reasonable basis to assume these factually true and unrelated comments about Mr. Depp. Oh my God. No reasonable basis to assume that these factually true and unrelated comments were about Mr. Depp. Everyone thought it was about Johnny Depp. Come on. What happened? I mean, and here's the thing too, right? There were so many things that lined up for Johnny Depp so well. So after the op-ed came out, what came out afterwards, okay? Well, the op-ed came out. Then we had, it was the perfect timing to promote her freaking movie when she was in Aquaman. And then afterwards, there was the article with Disney and how they said that Johnny Depp was going to be a part of like Pirates or something, or they were going to do. No, they're going to do Pirates, but he wasn't going to be in it or something like that. I don't know. I just felt like everything just lined up so perfectly well for Johnny Depp, and for her and her team to continually to. I hate using this word, but gaslight him into thinking that he's fucking crazy and like, hey, no, this is not happening because of Amber Heard. This is happening because of you, Johnny. It's all your fault. Yeah, it's you. I don't know. It's just like this guy is just getting mind fucked so hard. Good Lord. Mr. Depp stretches the meaning of the words used by Ms. Heard beyond their normal meaning and reasonable construction in the op-ed. B. Republication of the headline written by the Washington Post staffer cannot be the basis for liability. Okay, so we're going to talk about the headline. So the headline initially was changed. However, when it was changed, the new headline that she's kind of in trouble for, it was part of the tweet that she tweeted. So, you can make an excuse and say like, well, I didn't see the tweet. I didn't realize, well, I didn't see the headline. I didn't realize that the headline had changed. Yeah, I don't know. I just call BS on that, but whatever. Are we going to give you benefit of the doubt, Miss Liar, who said that she donated money to the Children's Hospital in the ACL, all that stuff, and didn't really do it? I don't know. I don't think we can. It's hard to. It is uncontested that a Washington Post staffer wrote the headline, Amber Heard, I spoke up against SV, face our culture's wrath, blah, 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 blah. Ms. Heard did not participate in the creation of the headline. She said it in a tweet. Mr. Depp provided no causal connection between op-ed and any alleged injury. Damages are not normally awarded when they are uncertain, contingent, or speculative. Citation. Likewise, causation must be established in order to support a defamation verdict. More citations. Given that Mr. Depp was awarded $10 million in compensatory damages by the jury, due process requires some basis for an award. If large claims or defamation can be awarded in the absence of evidence of causation of harm, media organizations across the Commonwealth have a good reason to shut down their editorial and news department in fear of such an enormous potential verdict. Mr. Depp's counsel presented a distorted view of whether the op-ed actually caused harm. Do you really think, guys, can you guys do me a favor? Can you guys just like take yourself out of your bodies for a second? Just jump into the mind of Amber Heard. Put yourself in her situation. Put your brain in her brain. Do you think she genuinely thinks that she has a chance of winning this appeal? I'm so curious. Does she genuinely think she has a chance of winning this appeal? Her existence makes you feel so much better. No matter what I'll do, I'll never achieve something as insane and embarrassing as this. No way. She does. Pardon. Maybe. She'll probably lose on her own. She probably does. In her mind, she seems perfectly believable. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly think she really is delusional. Well, let me think. Delusional. I feel like she's really good at convincing her version of reality to herself and accepting it. Like, I don't know. Like, it's, I don't know. Because it's also not just all her, right? It was also all the people that ate up her lies and treated her like a symbol of victim of DV, Like, I don't know. Like, I think it really just got into her head. I think she was getting really cocky. And especially after the judgment in the UK, she was like, whoo, oh man, I've been skirting on by for the past couple years and I don't know, man. I don't know how, but people are still eating it up. I don't know. I think she got really fucking cocky. And the Virginia court verdict and how the trial went down, I don't think she was expecting that at all. I think she expected to even be propelled into, the A-listers of Hollywood, getting her own movie gigs. Like, I think she saw, like, the future in her eyes. And all that just completely got shut down during the trial. Help, I'm stuck in the empty back room. It would take much with her. It would not take much. She's clearly delusional. Put a chip in their head. She probably thinks Johnny has scissors for fingers. Oh, man. Her interviews are very interesting indeed. Very interesting. Mr. Depp's counsel presented a distorted view of whether the op-ed actually caused harm to Oh no, did I forget? I forgot to record. Why? Okay, I'm gonna have to end the stream and then I'll have to start it again when I do my next segment. Just FYI. There's no evidence that any Hollywood or movie executive relied upon Ms. Heard's vague references to her being ostracized for becoming a public figure representing DA to deny Mr. Depp any role. On the contrary, there are numerous prior publications demonstrating the risk and dangers of employing Mr. Depp. In fact, although Mr. Depp asserted that most of his damages were from the op-ed resulting of Disney refusing to hire him for Pirate 6, Disney's corporate designee testified that Disney had no copies of the op-ed or emails discussing the op-ed in its files, despite having copies of discussion of any other negative articles about Mr. Depp and a copy of the UK judgment in its files. There could be little doubt that Mr. Depp's reputation and actions were well known before the publication of the op-ed. I don't know if I remember this. Disney employees said they didn't have any emails involving the op-ed and stuff like that. I mean, just because it's not discussed in emails, it could still be discussed amongst each other. No? They have no copies of the op-ed or the email. They have copies of other negative articles. I mean, they could have just discussed it amongst themselves and not really emailed about the op-ed, right? Right? It's also alarming that a verdict was allowed to stand given the utter lack of causation evidence showing that this one op-ed was the source of Depp's financial troubles, especially given Depp's previous and successful defamation suit regarding statements from the English newspaper. The Sun in another court, Mr. Depp's counsel in the case claimed that the W beater asserted in the Sun article was a reputational... Oh, what is this? Uh-oh. What's this bitrate thing? Give me a second. Huh? The stream's current bitrate is higher than the recommended. We recommend you stream at 2500. No. Go away. Leave me alone. How does the stream look? Does the stream look okay? Who wants me to reduce my bitrate? No! Never! How could anything said by innuendo by Ms. Heard in December 18, 2019? Oh, is that a typo there? 2018 op-ed have damaged Mr. Depp if his reputation has allegedly already been destroyed. Oh wait, it was 2019? 2018. It's 2018, right? Yeah, it's 2018. Okay, they got the date wrong. It is understandable that a jury was misled into believing that there was such connection between changes in Mr. Depp's career trajectory and Ms. Heard's previous statement long before the publication of the op-ed, given that the jury was not permitted to see evidence of other publications that were strongly critical of Mr. Depp. Blah, 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 blah. All right, next. The trial court should have dismissed this action based upon comity. So I think this is an argument where it's like, oh, they already made the verdict in the UK. Like, that should apply here in the US. Like, this case shouldn't even be a thing anyways. Right? Is that what it is? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Okay, let's just go through it. In the current age, when the fact is published in one form, it is often picked up and republished in various other media. A claimant should not be able to sue one publisher in one jurisdiction, lose, and then sue another publisher regarding the same facts in another jurisdiction, hoping to get better results. I don't know. They're just still going to make this argument. Conclusion. Oh, thank God we're at the end. Yay, we made it, everyone. The trial in this case was not about defamatory statements made by Ms. Heard within her op-ed itself, but rather was a vendetta for all the publicity surrounding the alligators of AB by Mr. Depp from the date that Ms. Heard sought to obtain a restraining order in 2016 up to December 2018. A defamation lawsuit based upon the op-ed was not a legitimate vehicle for remedying Mr. Depp's dissatisfaction about his career has developed, how his marriage ended, and how the negative publicity he has received, much of it warranted by his own actions, as evidence excluded would have shown. He cannot seek retribution for the allegations that were made in the California courts regarding his alleged PA of Ms. Heard, divorce, subsequent publicity, I don't know, blah, 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 who cares? I don't know. Good freaking luck. Who submitted this? Oh, wait a second. A new law firm? Thomas Urban II, Mark Malonzo, Fletcher held, and wait, she has another law firm? Oh my goodness, how many law firms do we got here? So we have the Fletcher Hildreth law firm, we have the Ben Roddenborn law firm, Wood Rogers, and then we have the Ballot Spar. How many law firms she got? Jesus. I feel like this would be so hard to coordinate between so many different law firms. Because, you know, with Johnny Depp's team, It's all at Brown Rudnick. There's a million damn lawyers working there, but at least they're all working at the same firm. Jeez. I don't know. This must be a shit show to have so many different law firms working on your stuff. Interesting. I wonder if that's common for celebrities. She has 2. No, I mean, it's technically 3 because you have to count Roddenborn as well. Her lies come off so natural because she doesn't think of them as lies. In her mind, she's the real. Exactly. But I think that's the argument that they're saying. I think that's what they're saying. They're like, well, in her mind, she thought it was real. Therefore, it's not defamation. I was so disappointed. I just really want to get a haircut from his scissor fingers. They're all going to sue her afterwards to get their money. Dude, the mess with the insurance company. Oh, my God. What a mess. But you know what? That's more stuff for us to digest on, I guess. It's going to be very, very interesting. Elron says, I feel like she knows that she's damn full of shite. I don't think she's full of shite. All that shite is on Johnny's bed right now. It's expelled. Oh, man. There's just so many crazy things that happen. I just can't believe. Alrighty. Oh, guys, I fucked up. I messed up. I was supposed to hit the recording button. And when I don't record, it takes forever for YouTube to render the stream. And then the quality looks like crap when I download it. I don't know if y'all realized, but the videos that I put out last night, I had to download them from YouTube. And the quality is crap. It's like, it takes too long for them to render the damn thing. So I'm going to end the stream really quick. But then I'm going to hit start stream. Okay, so refresh it. I'm just going to be gone for 2 seconds. We're going to come back. We're going to read the rest of this. This one is prepared by Mr. Ben Roddenborn. So I want to read this because we haven't heard of Mr. Roddenborn in a while. All right, guys, I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'll be back. Hi, I'm back. Did it work? Hello, everyone. I'm back. I don't know if I was supposed to. Oh, wait. I think I'm supposed to. Am I supposed to end the stream? Can you guys see me? 1, 2, 3 in chat if you can see this. Press 1 in chat. 1 in chat. It worked? It worked. That was so quick. Okay. Because I don't know if you're supposed to, yeah, I don't know. Okay. I'm going to hit start recording. Okay. Yay. That was quick. Didn't even notice it. Yay. Hopefully they will segment it into 2 chunks of stream. Or actually, you know what? I wonder if I was supposed to hit the end stream button. I might have been supposed to. Okay. I don't know how YouTube works. Let me see. Let me go see what YouTube... Oh, shit. Let me go see that YouTube's really quick. I don't know. I don't really... Crap. I'm sorry. We're just messing up here. Here, listen to some lo-fi hip-hop music. Hopefully it won't put you to sleep. Oh, did anyone watch that movie Nope, by the way? My brother hated it. I thought it was so good. I freaking loved it. Loved it. No, I'm not in Streamlabs. I'm on the YouTube streams. We are in the YouTube stream. So let me see if it combined into one stream. Oh, I think it did. Oh, it did. Okay, so I think I have to... yeah, okay. I have to properly end the stream. So let me do this again, okay? I'm going to end the stream, and you guys have to hit the refresh button, okay? Or something like that. I will be right back.